Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, is Rhea Ripley's WrestleMania dream dead after she loses the Women's World title to Io Sky?
AEW releases Rey Fenix.
More AEW departures are expected this month.
And Becky Lynch fires back at CM Punk. I'm Adam Wilborn.
Spicy!
Oh, I love this time of year. And this is the news.
I almost said Monday morning there, but no, it's Tuesday. What is time? What is the world?
What is life?
What is the Women's World Championship? Well, I'll tell you who it belongs to now.
Who's that?
Io Sky. After last night's episode of Raw. Yeah, it was a pretty surprising match outcome. Not in a bad way. Okay, I did not see that one coming kind of way. In a way that kind of freshens things up and leaves you with some questions heading into WrestleMania. Questions like, is Rhea Ripley even going to be on the card now? Because obviously coming out of Elimination Chamber, Bianca Belair won the Women's Elimination Chamber, and then it's like, cool, Bianca, Rhea, they've teased that so many times.
Yep.
Like, they've had so many little backstage things.
Years and
like,
years of it, wasn't it?
where
Yeah.
they've been like, you. But they've not actually wrestled each other since NXT in like February 2020.
Is that how long it's been?
5 years since they last had a singles match. But also, in that interaction they had after the match, who was standing in the middle? Io Sky. And then between all of this, Rhea Ripley and Io have had this issue they've needed to resolve for ages. They resolved it on last night's Raw, and Io won the title. It was largely down to Rhea taking her eye off the ball. Because Bianca was at ringside. They had some argy-bargy during the match, but then the finish was Rhea going up top. She was going to hit an avalanche riptide on Io. Instead, she turned to Bianca and went, see you at Mania. She got a Hurricane Rana off the top for her troubles due to the lapse, and then Io hit the moonsault for the win. Rhea's just in complete distraught state afterwards. I think she screamed the F word. She was just swearing. She also had a promo that they uploaded to WWE's YouTube channel where she's like, I cannot believe that I let this happen. She's like really upset. So they're really selling the idea that, you know, she's blown everything. She's lost her title after like 50 odd days. One defense against Nia Jax.
Yeah.
She won it from Liv Morgan. So they're selling the idea that she's lost her belt. She's really upset. She might not make the Mania card. A triple threat has been heavily rumoured between these three. Where do you see it going? Do you think the dream is dead?
I don't think so. I think you're right. I think we are going to end up eventually with a triple threat because of the previously mentioned argy-bargy. I love that term.
Argy-bargy. Do you say that in America, chat? Let us know.
You should, if you don't.
Yeah. It just means a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah.
A bit of aggro.
Jessica Carr was very good in terms of like, don't do any more, otherwise I'm throwing this match out. But it wasn't enough to cost Rhea the match, like you say. It was her taking her eye off the ball. But yeah, I think triple threat would be preferable, to be honest. I just want to see all three of them in there rather than, I don't know, Rhea Ripley versus Logan Paul. Although,
I mean, I'd like to see Rhea Ripley punch Logan Paul in the face.
Headbutt and squash him into Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, but with Rhea and Logan. No, I think they're going to go for the triple threat. And to be honest, I quite like that. I know people have been a bit iffy about numerous multi-person matches going on at WrestleMania, but this is one I think everyone would allow for, like three of the absolute best in that women's division going up against each other for Raw's biggest prize. It makes all the sense in the world. But I'm really happy for Rio, and I was really pleasantly surprised by the surprise.
Yeah, me too. When I was watching it, it was like I said, it wasn't a oh god kind of surprise. It was oh cool. I didn't see that. That's fresh. That's interesting. It's also Io's first reign with this specific belt. Of course, she was women's champion before this, and then they changed the name, and the lineage is a bit different. It's all a bit confusing. It's reign number 6 for her in total in WWE, and they're also going with the idea of Rhea has never beaten Io.
Yes, of course.
As well, they're leaning heavily into that. So one day you're going to have a singles match where Rhea does beat her, which is just good pro wrestling stuff. So yeah, I would probably, if I was a gambling man, I would probably bet on the triple threat. Like I've said several times, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Multi-person match for Mania. I don't care about this stupid, we need to get 400 people on the cards. Nah, screw that. Meritocracy, baby.
Yeah.
Best matches on the card. This would be absolute belter, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really excited to see where we go from here, though.
Yeah, definitely. And while I've got you, I just wanted to say something about a fundraiser I'm running from now until September. Some of you may know, some of you may not, but last year I disappeared for the channel for about 3 months. It was because my father passed away following a heart attack. So as a result of all of this, I want to take a year of just stress, turmoil, depression, all of that stuff, and turn it into something positive. So this September, I'm running, look at the shape I'm in. I'm running a half marathon for the British Heart Foundation to benefit people who are in my father's position. If you're able to spare anything whatsoever, I know times are tough, I get it. But every single cent, penny, whatever currency you're in, is very much appreciated. The Just Giving page is in the description below, but it's justgiving.com/page/Andy H. Murray. If you can spare anything at all. Really, donations are what's driving me through this training regime, and everything is very much appreciated. I'm not going to pimp it on every single video we do, but yeah, just today, if you're able to spare anything, I would love you forever.
Yeah, it's a fantastic cause. Please give what you can. And I've been witness to Andy working his way up to this half marathon.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Mate, it's really tough.
It is one of those things you sort of sign up for and then go, oh, I better do some preparation for this.
And there's probably people out there who like run marathons and stuff who are probably like, it's nothing. Not
for people like this.
Yeah, listen, I'm built like a marshmallow, brother. This is going to take some serious graft. So any single time I see that number go up, I'm more driven and determined to kick this thing down.
Thank you to everyone who's already donated.
Yes,
already hit a great
sincerely. Some of you have been very, very generous so far, and I appreciate you all from my heart.
Right, let's move over to AEW and the news we all anticipated really that broke last night, that AEW has finally released Rey Fenix. This dispute's been going on forever, obviously. Mike Johnson of PW Insider reporting that, he was removed from AEW's website, is now a free agent. He's WWE bound, as Mike says. Obviously, this ends a 5-year tenure with Tony Khan's promotion. They were sort of day ones, weren't they, really? Yeah. Joining when AEW was just starting up. When I say they, I mean, of course, Rey Fenix and Penta, who's already with WWE. Former tag team champions, former trios champions as part of Death Triangle with Pac, of course. And let's not forget, Rey Fenix was a one-time international champion, dropping that belt to Orange Cassidy on the 10th of October 2023. Penta's contract expired in November, that's why he's already with WWE. But there was the issues with Rey in terms of AEW basically adding time to his contract due to injury. But we all knew, a bit like Malachi, a bit like Ricky Saints and Miro, they were all sort of probably heading out of the door, and Rey Fenix is almost definitely going to show up in WWE. When that is going to be very interesting, because I think a lot of people thought this might run on past WrestleMania at least, and you may get Penta with Rey Mysterio rather than Rey Fenix at WrestleMania. That could all change now if he's a free agent as of, today basically. Yeah. So excited to see what happens, and very excited because I was chatting to some friends of mine over the weekend who didn't really have much exposure to Penta, and were like, oh, he's awesome. And I was like, oh, just wait till his tag team partner shows up. And they're like, who's that? I was like, it's an even flippier dude. He's awesome. So, I think if the presentation for Rey Fenix is anything like what they've done for Penta already, and obviously, presumably, they'll team those two up as well, it's going to be a hell of a time in WWE.
Yeah, what if they just didn't team them up, never acknowledge their brothers?
Yeah, just they bump into each other on Raw and just, nice to meet you, Rey Fenix.
Hello. Obviously, they wouldn't do that. But so Fightful and WrestleVotes as well dropped additional reports on this. I think WrestleVotes said that basically the crux of both reports was that he's going to WWE, basically. Not that we didn't, we kind of knew that. Yeah. But the WrestleVotes one said they might, they're maybe even on the WrestleMania card. Yeah. He might be there. So you'd think that would be the New Day versus the Lucha Brothers, which is crazy. And if you'd pitched something like that happening 5 years ago, I'd have called you a lunatic.
Yeah, it's one of those things you only used to see on like those Forbidden Door cards if it was WWE x AEW.
The most Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
But obviously the Lucha Brothers have made their way over. Phoenix is probably going to make his way over. They're probably going to leave this is me cooking stuff, by the way, Penta on the stove for a little bit. Yeah. Maybe build the idea that it's him against the world, him against two dudes. He's obviously got troubles at the moment with Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne. Yeah. Which you could use to introduce Phoenix New
Yeah,
Day.
who will come and save you?
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks, it's Rey Fenix.
Yeah, and maybe the New Day at the pay-per-view. Also interesting at this, on last night's Raw, I don't think this is linked, but Chad Gable's going to Mexico and getting a box with someone in it to try and combat luchadors.
What's in the box, Chad?
What's in the box, Chad? I have no clue if this is related. But yeah, I was doing a what's in the bag bracket all over the place. Look, and also I think it's good that AEW let him go. He didn't want to be there. It become public and messy and ugly. He made a picture of himself in a straitjacket. Like he alleged all kinds of mistreatments and stuff. So look,
it's a shame because it was such a great time for them in AEW in the early days, especially.
Yeah, sad, sour ending. They were AEW originals and they were tag team champions, trios champions. Like you said, Phoenix was international champion, but I think that was because John Moxley got concussed, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a brief run, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was like, brother, pin me, please. I'm cooked. I'm absolutely cooked. But yeah, it's good that they let him go. I think people should be able to quit their jobs if they want to.
It's a two-way street, isn't it? I think, yes. If both parties agree to a contract, I understand that that's legally binding, but at the same time, if one company doesn't want to push someone and they kind of don't want to be there, what are we doing? Like
Exactly. So legally, yes, AEW can hold them in a time to the deal, blah, 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 blah. They agree to this contract, but at the end of the day, if you want to make a more worker-friendly industry, someone's clearly unhappy. What's the benefit in keeping them around?
Indeed.
I don't know. Right, let's move over. No, we're staying with AEW.
Oh, yeah.
For this one as well. This is Brian Alvarez on Wrestling Observer Live. He was actually speaking about this in the wake of Layla Hirsch's departure from AEW/Ring of Honor. Her contract wasn't renewed. And he said there might be some more AEW releases or departures on the way. I will read the quote to you from Wrestling Observer Live. I think that this will not be the last time you hear this story in the month of March. I have heard that there might be some departures coming up in March. Whether it's people being released, people's deals coming up and not being renewed, I think the fact of the matter is they got way too many people under contract. I think I can comfortably say that Layla Hirsch will not be the last in the next 30 days. So he's already been proved correct because Rey Fenix has left. But he's speaking in plurals there, so maybe there's more. Maybe there's more contracts that are up. I get. Look, it's always rubbish to talk about people losing their jobs and things like that. The side of contract renewals is different. Like firing someone, releasing them before their deal is up, is obviously different to the deal elapsing, because that is the expiration of an obligation. What a rhyme that is!
Nice.
And you know, beyond that, you don't have like some kind of legal entitlement to offer someone a new contract. So, you know, it still sucks. Like, and I like Layla Hirsch, and she's been on Ring of Honor for most of the past couple of years, but yeah, maybe more on the way. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, these things do tend to come in bunches, don't they? I know normally we're used to sort of the mass firings of the clear-outs of WWE back in the day, but I mean, we talked a while back about New Japan contracts being kind of more handshake deals because they all sort of expired at the end of last year. It appears as though AEWs seem to run from somewhere in March, and therefore, yes, there could be people who they go, look, do you want to be here? We're really not going to use you. Let's kind of shake hands and go our separate ways. Or, like you say, I think there's going to be a lot more people who it just so happens that March 2025 is where their contract that they agreed ran till. And unfortunately, I kind of agree with Alvarez there in terms of they have just got far too many people, and this is the least harsh way of doing it. Of just like, look, we'll pay you until well we've agreed to, but after that, we've got 20 people above you in the pecking order, so it's probably better for both of us. We don't want to just, hold you here and not have you work, and you probably want to go and explore some indie opportunities or anywhere else.
Sure. And it's like there might be situations where a new deal is offered and the talent goes, actually, you know what, I'm going to try something else. I think that Tony Khan, based on things I've heard, not reporting anything, just, whispers and rumors.
You've got your birds, just as I have.
Tony Khan takes job creation very seriously, and he wants to allow more people in pro wrestling to earn a full-time living. The other side of that scale, that balance, is that he's got a massive roster. And
still a businessman at the end of the day.
Yeah. So we'll always. I think we're pretty fair when it comes to departures, right? We never go in on companies when a contract expires, unless it's like the contract expires and they're like injured or something. That's pretty rough. But when someone gets fired ahead of time, we usually apply the right level of criticism. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah, send love to your favourite wrestlers just in case.
Yeah, send love to everyone, man.
Yeah,
it's a good time to be alive.
Segue. Not much love doing the rounds on Monday Night Raw last night from one CM Punk. I adored this promo. Arguably one of the best promos he's cut since returning to WWE.
Certainly was.
He just went scorched earth on, everybody who's
killed them.
Understandably very pissed off after what happened at Elimination Chamber. He kicked off last night's Raw calling John Cena and The Rock bald frauds. I think you would appreciate the John Cena line more than most there.
Yeah, Cena needs to stop being a little wimp about his bald patch, man. But yeah.
Yeah, as you said on Twitter, it's perfect for a heel to just embrace it now.
Yeah, well, this is it. Like, be a guy with an egg nest. Like, you're a heel now. You can be a coward about your hair. Yeah. You're running from your destiny, you little wimp.
He could get hair plugs. That'd be the ultimate heel move, wouldn't it?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
But then Punk turned his attention on this promo to Seth Rollins, who, in his eyes and many people's eyes, cost him the WrestleMania main event. Obviously, Seth Rollins eliminated from the Elimination Chamber, but still went, have some of that dickhead on his way out to CM Punk, which John Cena, at the time, surprisingly jumped all over, but all made sense in the end, didn't it? But yes, calling out Seth Rollins, Punk said, Becky Lynch, you better come get your man, because if I get it to him before you do, I'm going to put him in a wheelchair.
Cheesy peeps, that's rough.
Yeah. The two of them then brawled all over the arena, kept getting separated and finding their way back to each other, and eventually it's ended up in them getting into a steel cage in Madison Square Garden next week to settle it all. I bet it's not settled. Yeah. But Becky Lynch, she of great social media responses in the past, fired back at CM Punk, referencing a social media post that saw CM Punk and Roxanne Perez wearing sort of matching gear at Elimination Chamber, and alluding to AJ Lee. Becky Lynch tweeted and subsequently deleted, catching up on Raw, I don't think I'm the one who needs to come get my man. Woo! Oh boy!
Spicy tweet from Becky Lynch.
There we go. We've got the WrestleMania match right there. Seth and Becky versus Punk and AJ Lee. Let's go.
Punk and his daughter, Roxanne Perez as well. Why not?
This is great stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Becky's not shy.
Nope.
She's never shy. Whether it comes to like a little character nibble like this, or just ripping stuff. She doesn't care. She's good. She's good value.
I never get why celebrities tweet and then delete. It's like, we've all seen it.
Maybe that increases the buzz. Maybe. It's like, she deleted it. It makes it sound more salacious, doesn't it? Makes it sound more scandalous. It's crazy.
It's insane. Harmless fun, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. She's just having a laugh. Although, I don't know. Maybe Mount Brooks will erupt as a result of this. Yeah. Who knows?
I see. Your wife's fighting your battles, is she, Seth?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Look at you in your strange outfits and your hands and your freakins and your stomps.
I know you said one triple threat at WrestleMania. Do you think we're getting another one here? Do you think Roman's going to get involved next week?
Big Rome enters the cage. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's three huge stars, isn't it? A bit like the women's match.
I'm just such a pervert for one-on-one matches.
I think singles matches are cleaner. Yeah. I agree.
I just prefer them. So, like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's great. But you know what else is great? Punk Reigns one-on-one somehow.
I suppose you could do Punk and Roman handicap match against Seth. That's his favourite. Do you want to go down and kick Seth Rollins' ass?
Just beating his ass for 40 minutes. Zen and the art of beating your ass.
But yes, really, really enjoyed that. And I'll be talking more about it on Ups and Downs later on today. For some reason, that's been left in my hands.
Oh, no. I'm doing Dynamite this week.
You are. Fair play.
Can't wait to be called names.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to be both simultaneously WWE and AEW shills.
Because Simon is much more muscular and masculine than me. I could be Soy Man. Or something. I don't know. What insults do the kids use these days?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared to just even step into that comment section. But Simon Miller is he's having his first holiday in forever, and we've stepped in for the big bald fraud. And I'm joking, of course. But we'll have loads of fun with that. And to be fair, as he's pointed out on social media, from the moment he went on holiday, the business has exploded. So take more holidays.
This always happens whenever a bald person takes time off here. Every time I go on holiday, the Vince scandal. Punk's doing stuff. just stuff happens. Bald people can't have time off work.
No, never take any holidays.
But hey, you should take some time off and watch this video right here, which will tell you the best wrestling story every year since 1989. Wow.
Give it a click. Go on.
What? Wow. Bye.
Bye.